Slow to 1/2 impulse per hour. Let's be friends.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Brian coming at you with another unboxing. This is the Eaglemoss Star Trek Starships Collection, video number 4, part 1. We have 2 models today. The first being the USS Reliant, NCC 1864 from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. I'm just going to do the unboxing. Let's get it started. So, this is the magazine. This is issue number 11. What we're looking at here is some stat information. So, Miranda class launched in the 23rd century is 233 meters. Max speed is warp 9.2. Old scale, anyway. It does have it's basically kind of a signature design. There's no secondary hulls, just basically a saucer or main hull section with 2 nacelles slung up under or mounted up under, and then there's a roll bar for weapons. But let's take a further look. That's it on its stand. And there's some additional information. Registry, NCC 1864, Miranda class. Let me see. There's some information about the weaponry. And then the captain was Clark Terrell. Probably the first black captain you've seen on the Star Trek franchise, because this movie came out in like 1980 or 81, somewhere around there. And some more. That's actually a picture of the captain right there. He's one of those I never understood. I never knew what his name was, because I've seen him on so many movies and shows and stuff over the years. I think he played Martin Luther King in a movie. The guy that played him, he played Martin Luther King in a movie. He played on the episode of Family Matters. He played on a lot of stuff. There's some more information. It's a very nice ship. It's not one of my favorites, but it's a nice ship for what it is. It's a picture of the back and the impulse in the shuttle bays. And there's Khan, the one with the mouth open right here, and some of the other augments. Oops. And there's some additional information. I love the magazine because it gives you a lot of photos and stuff and information. That's the orthos. Shows you the top, bottom, back, and front of the ship. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get her unboxed.
Prometheus. Hello? Is anyone here? Computer, identify this ship.
This is the Federation starship Prometheus.
Alright, next we have the USS Prometheus NX59650. NX, like my Defiant model. NX is just an experimental ship. It's not an official ship, that's why it doesn't have NCC. But it's a experimental ship, basically. It's still under testing and development and stuff. But this is probably one of my favorite non-hero ships. Non-hero ship meaning it's not a ship that was actually had a dedicated series or movie or whatever. You know, like the Enterprise, the original Enterprise, the Refit, the A, the D, the E, the Defiant, Voyager, Discovery. Those are hero ships because they actually had a series that was based on the ship and the crew of the ship. This ship just showed up in the episode of Voyager called Message in a Bottle, I believe, where they were, of course, they were still stranded in the Delta Quadrant. They somehow came up to something and they were able to send their EMH doctor through a carrier wave or through a wave across the galaxy because they found a ship that was close by, which is the Prometheus. Which, when the doctor got there, the Prometheus's crew was actually dead and the ship was taken over by Romulans. So there was this whole wacky adventure of getting them to taking over the ship, and the ship was recaptured by the Federation by the end of the ship. It was actually one of my favorite episodes of Voyager. But I forgot. I want to say it was probably somewhere in the 4th or 5th season. I want to say. I'm pretty sure it's after 7 or 9, so it's somewhere in the 4th season or after. But it was a good ship. That's one of my favorite my favorite ships because of the design. It's very pointy, kind of like an arrowhead. It's got 4 nacelles. I don't know too many other ships that was actually in it. I don't know too much as far as seeing it after that episode. I haven't really seen much about it, I think, except for Star Trek Online and maybe a couple other like games. But let's look at it. So, launched in 2374. Max speed is warp 9.99. Length is 126 meters, which is pretty small. Multi-vector assault, which the multi-vector assault mode is basically, this ship is actually 3 ships in one. In the multi-vector assault ship, if putting context clues together, basically the ship turns into 3 ships. It's 3 separate ships. Basically to help combat during combat situations with the Borg, with the Dominion, things of that nature, because it was kind of around the Dominion War period, so kind of sort of around the Dominion War period when the ship was developed. Actually, yeah, it was during the Dominion War period. At least the last probably a little while before it ended. But that's what that is. It was kind of an interesting concept, and that's one of the reasons I like this ship, because of that, because it's interesting. But that's a picture of it right there. Picture of it on its stand. And let's see, you got your registry number, Prometheus, Beta and Taurus shipyards, Type 7 phasers, photon and quantum, torpedoes, and multi-vectors. So, yeah. And that's actually the picture of the multi-vector assault mode right there. You see, you got 3 ships. You got the top, and then there's the middle, and there's the bottom. And then that's some other scenes from that same episode. That's the Nebula class. That's the one of the parts of the Prometheus. That's the EMH right there. Excuse me. Well, right there too, but that's him when he first arrived. And then that's him right there. And of course, if anybody sees this video that's probably older, then that's Andy Dick. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And that's the array that they sent the EMH through. I think it was from the Hirogen, I want to say, but I could be wrong. I think it was the Hirogen, now that I'm thinking about it. I think it was the Hirogen. Then the Orthos. Side and front, and shows what the ship pulled apart. Great design. Another Orthos. I was going to leave it at that. Let's go ahead and get her unboxed.